Good morning or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where in the world you are joining us from, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Zach Tallis from the Business Review, and I will be your moderator for today's session. I'm delighted to have Turboden with us today, who will be discussing waste heat, free fuel for efficiency improvement in the oil and gas industry. Today's guest speakers are Andrea Magalini, who is a Sales Director, and also Riccardo Vescovo, who is Application Engineering and Product Development Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to remind you that you can submit questions using the Q&A tool in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and you can do this at any point throughout the entire presentation. We will allocate around 10 to 15 minutes at the end of today's discussion to try and address those questions or thoughts that you may have. So, without further ado, I would now like to hand over to Andrea and Riccardo to begin today's webinar. Guys, over to you.
Thank you. This is Andrea Magalini speaking, and good afternoon to all of you that are in Europe, and good morning or evening to the others. The presentation of today is about waste heat, and in the title you see free fuel for efficiency improvement in the oil and gas industry. So this is how we see we could make greener, more efficient the oil and gas industry with reduced fuel consumption and reduced CO2 emissions. What is waste heat recovery? Is quite straightforward. If you consider primary energy consumption for a certain process, which can be in the oil and gas or any other industry, a portion of the energy that you put in the system is used to, sorry, there is some...
Yeah, you need to click on the screen and then use the arrow keys on your keyboard. So if you click once...
Okay, sorry. So I was saying that a portion of the energy that comes from the primary source is used for the process, but there is typically a large amount of energy which is some way residual and
is more familiar, which can be in let's say dollar cents or euro cent per kilowatt hour produced. We are talking about for let's say plants above 1-2 megawatt, around less than half a US dollar cent per kilowatt hour produced. Then it depends on the technology, on the type of on the location. If it is a very remote, we want to keep many spares or not. But this is a ballpark indication. Let's say less than half US dollar cent per kilowatt hour for the medium size.